Hi guys, Tylord here to discuss some of my recent movie pickups and some recent viewings. I want to start off with a package I got yet again from Retro Tiburon over at the Retro Wave podcast. He sends me these packages like bi-weekly packages, seems like. I got one coming to you, Mario. I gotta see something good after all this stuff you're sending me. But he actually sent me a couple of games too. I'll start off with those. First one is Mortal Kombat 4 for the PlayStation 1. This is one I never spent much time on, but I kind of want to go back to it. I've been looking at footage of it, and it looks pretty good. I spent a lot of time on all of the other Mortal Kombats, but for whatever reason, that one, I guess I wasn't really thrilled about it going into 3D from the digitized 2D actors. But now looking back at it, it looks pretty good. So I'll probably talk about this more after I play it. I'm probably going to start playing that on my PlayStation 3 right here. So I'll discuss that one next time. Anyway, World Championship Poker, he got me for the original Xbox. Ooh. I haven't really spent much time on that. I have it on the PlayStation 1, but I didn't have it on the original Xbox. That's what I collect for. And then these wonderful movies he sent me. Check this out. Alfred Hitchcock's Essential Collection right here. Wonderful stuff. It has Rear Window, Vertigo, North by Northwest, Psycho, and The Birds. The Birds is always my favorite 60s horror movie. Probably my favorite Hitchcock. Nice to have Psycho. Mario already sent me all the Psycho sequels, so he sent me all the Psychos now in this nice Alfred Hitchcock collection here. We got to rewatch a lot of these Hitchcock movies. Birds is always my favorite. I haven't seen Psycho in years, but I got to go back and rewatch all of those. And then another nice little set here he sent me, the complete series. Kind of dark and V. Wonderful mini-series. I didn't realize there was an entire series of this show. I thought it was only a couple little mini-series on television that I really liked. But this is an extended series. I think Michael Ironside is more prevalent in this one. Mark Singer's in it, and Faye Grant that were in the original miniseries. Pretty sure it's just a continuation off of the miniseries, which was really good. So cool to have that. And then this nice little horror collection. I think I already have it. It looks like it's mostly like public domain type horror movies like Night of the Living Dead, House on Haunted Hill, Carnival of Souls, I Bury the Living. I think most of those are public domain, but Blood Tide with James Earl Jones, I like that one. I think that one's from the 70s. Fangs of the Living Dead, Bloody Pit of Horror, The Undertaker and His Pals. The Undertaker and His Pals, is that like Tatanka and Lex Luger and the Steiner brothers and The Undertaker and His Pals. Anyway, and then Castle Nightmare, Dementia 13, Count Dracula and His Vampire Brides. I like that one. I think that's a Hammer one from the 70s with Christopher Lee. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Peter Cushing may have been in that one too. I know it was a sequel to Dracula 1972 or whatever that one was. And then The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price. The first film adaptation of I Am Legend, Richard Matheson's story. And then it's got The Pix and Dominique is Dead from the 70s and The Ghost. So all those on there. I think I already had this collection, but I might keep this out. I don't want to dig through my big box of horror movies to look for it, because a couple on there I kind of want to watch this October. And then the last thing in there was a workout video from Triple H himself. He's probably the CEO or the owner of WWF now. But here's his workout video. Should I get into this? I haven't really lifted any weight since my heart surgery. And I'm about ready to get back into it. I've been lifting light weights. I don't know if I could do something like this. He has warm-ups. He has upper body. He has lower body. He has muscle building cardio and mobility. Should I do this? Should I do a before and after the pictures of when I, and start doing the Triple H workout? He always sends me something wrestling related, which is cool. Okay, and then I'll get to the movies I watched recently. Here they are. Okay, just in time for October. Vampire Assassin, directed by Ron Hall here, and starring Ron Hall. I was really looking forward to watching this movie because I'm a big fan of Ron Hall, the action martial arts guy. Probably not too many people have heard of him, but I'm kind of a fan of his, and I think he might be making a comeback. So I'm really in full support of this guy. This is a really cheesy, bad movie. Might be 10 or 20 years old by now. I guess it's the most reviewed movie on YouTube. Like, people clown on it a lot. And trust me, there's a lot of material to work with. Very, very amateur style movie. But I mean, the martial arts, Ron Hall's in it, so the martial arts are good. Really weird editing and audio, very amateur. Like, a lot of times when when there are cuts from different shots, when there's a jump cut or different angles, the audio's different. Like, you can tell sometimes the audio's good on different shots and the audio's bad on other shots. It's really, really, really a mess of a movie, but I enjoyed it. I like the cast. I like Ron Hall, of course. Gerald Okamura is in there with quite a bit of acting from him. He actually has a death scene, and he's pretty good in it. And then Rudy Ray Moore, who played Dolomite, is actually in here. He plays like a Vampire Assassin's like father figure type guy. He has a small role in this. And then the bad guy, the main vampire, is actually Mel Novak. He was in Game of Death with Bruce Lee, or I guess it was kind of like the hack Bruce Lee movie from 1978, Game of Death. Robert Klaus directed it. But I liked that movie a lot, and Mel Novak was one of the thugs in there. His name was Stick. But he's in this movie. He plays the main vampire. I forget his name kind of sounds like Novak. It's like Slovak or something, the name of the vampire. But he kind of plays a cool vampire. I always like that actor. You see him a lot in all these cheesy low-budget movies, like all the Dustin Ferguson stuff. He's in there a lot. I see him in a lot of cheesy movies now. He's really old now. He's got to be in his 80s. He might have been in like his 60s or 70s in this, but enjoy him. Really, I guess if you like bad movies, you might like this. I wanted to watch it because I'm a fan of Ron Hall here and Gerald Okamura and Dolomite. So I had to have this movie in my collection. I'm glad I found it for $1. And then this collection here, I watched Mask of Death with Lorenzo Lamas. I enjoyed the heck out of it. It was even better than I expected. Lorenzo Lamas actually plays two parts in this. He plays the good guy and the bad guy. The bad guy's doing some sort of exchange, a money exchange with another group of bad guys. They have some sort of microchip. And the bad guy, Lorenzo Lamas, is going to make this money transaction to get this microchip. They're out on a yacht on the ocean. The FBI's surveying the thing, and they have a guy on the undercover guy in there with a wire. They catch the guy with a wire. The whole thing goes sour. FBI shootout. Billy D. Williams is like the director of the FBI in this. And then it all goes bad. The bad guys run away to the shore. There happen to be two couples there on the beach. One of them's Ray Dong Chong and her boyfriend, and then another Lorenzo Lamas and his wife are there. They're like cops off duty kayaking or something. The bad guys get to shore. They kill Ray Dong Chong's boyfriend. They kill Lorenzo Lamas' wife. So there's two Lorenzo Lamases. The good guy one has like a big fake nose and a Hulk Hogan mustache. It's hilarious. They're not supposed to be the same guys. A big car chase shootout happens. The bad guy, Lorenzo Lamas, ends up crashing and dying, and the other bad guy gets away. So, and Lorenzo Lamas gets hurt really bad, and his face gets shot. They take him in for surgery. Billy D. Williams happens to see, oh, you look a lot like that guy that just got killed that was going to do that transaction with the money. Why don't we rearrange your face, do plastic surgery so you look like this guy and you can go do that money exchange? And so it turns into that type of movie. The whole time Ray Don Chong is actually good Lorenzo Lamas' partner. They're cops, but she doesn't know anything about it. So she's always on the case. She wants revenge for her boyfriend getting killed. So she's always after Lorenzo Lamas, not knowing that it's actually the good Lorenzo Lamas. It's just a hilarious movie. I think it was pretty good, pretty entertaining. I recommend Mask of Death with Lorenzo Lamas there. And then on to these movies that the PMM sent me. Physical Media Max sent me these movies. I got to a few of them. There's a few more that he sent me I have to watch. This one here, The Guest. It's probably about 10 years old. With this guy, Dan Stevens. I had never seen him in anything else. He's really good in this. This is a cool movie. I didn't know what to expect. I just put it in. He said, watch it. I thought maybe it was going to be a bad movie, but it was actually a really good suspense movie. It's about this guy that's he looks like he's fresh out of the military, like he got discharged. He's hiking with his duffel bag. He's looking for the home of his buddy, the family of his buddy that got killed in the war. And he goes to their house and meets the family and tells them that he was with their son when he died, and he's telling him, oh, he was thinking about you till the end. He meets the mom. The mom is really attractive, like middle-aged woman, and the dad's kind of a nerdy guy. He's trying to get a promotion at work, but he can't do it. He's kind of an alcoholic, but he's kind of a cool guy. The daughter works at a diner, and her boyfriend's a drug dealer, like a real scumbag. The son, the brother of the guy that got killed, the teenage kid, he's kind of a nerd at school, and he gets picked on. He gets beat up by the bullies. This guy comes in, and they take him in. They get along with him really well. The whole family likes him. They invite him to stay. They all like him except for the daughter is kind of suspicious of him, but she has the hots for him. Anyway, this guy starts trying to clean up their lives. It takes a really dark turn later on, but it's pretty cool stuff. Like he helps out the kid getting bullied. Like he follows the bullies to a bar and beats the crap out of the bullies. Like he pretty much cripples the bullies. He doesn't just beat them up. He like cripples them. He's like a badass military guy. He just smashes these bullies. And then he does some shady stuff to get the dad the promotion. So they're all getting along with him. The daughter thinks there's something fishy. It just goes on from there. It really takes a dark turn later on. It almost turns into a horror movie. It's set during Halloween, and the end has kind of a horror theme. So I don't know if it's a horror movie or not. Kind of Jason Bourne meets Halloween or something. I don't know. Yeah, really good movie, though. I'm glad he sent me that one. I don't know if I can say the same thing about Cyborg that Physical Media Max sent me. It was hard to get through this one. Cyborg. That was a cool cover there. Like an Australian movie. Really low budget, really obnoxious. Kind of reminds me of like a low budget like zombie movie like the college kids would do. It probably is higher budget than that though, but it looks like whoever made it had a lot of fun. Kind of a lot of gore, a lot of running around fighting, like Seems really low budget. Probably not as low budget as Vampire Assassin over there, but kind of reminds me of like a really low budget zombie movie, but with cyborgs. This cyborg killer from space comes down. This female cyborg from space, like she escapes from some other space people, and she ends up on Earth. She starts overtaking humans, turning them into cyborgs. And they eat animals, and they eat people. They eat blood, and they eat cell phones. It's the weirdest thing. The two lead characters are these two young girls. They're one of them's kind of like an anarchist, and they're really obnoxious and annoying characters. Like by the end, I was glad when the Cyborg killed one of them. It was supposed to be sad or whatever, but they were freaking obnoxious. Like they're pretty good actors though. The two main girls, but they were like really annoying. It was hard for me to get through this movie. But they did a lot of stunts, like stunt work. Nothing Rey Mysterio would do, but they did a lot of that flipping around luchador stuff. Really messy, disgusting movie. Not so much like the gore was that great. Just disgusting things happen in this movie. So if you like crappy, low-budget cyborg movies from Australia, you might like it. It's probably staying in my collection. It was hard to get through this. And then this one I was really happy about. He sent me Don't Kill It with Dolph Lundgren. I forgot to mention the director of that other one. Daniel Armstrong. I think he's done other movies similar to that. This one is Mike Mendez that did this, kind of a newer movie, 2017, I think. Don't Kill It with Dolph Lundgren. This movie is fantastic. I really enjoyed this. I'm glad he sent me to this. I think he just sent it to me as a joke. It was something he got at the $1.25 store. But really fun horror movie. Kind of similar to that Hidden I was talking about last week with Kyle MacLachlan, The Hidden. Kind of similar premise to that, only this is in like a small town, in like a little small quaint town in I think it's in Tennessee or somewhere in the South, where this killer demon is on the loose. It's actually like a spirit that travels from one vessel to the other, and how it's a homicidal maniac. Whatever it's in, it just goes on a killing spree, and then whoever kills it, all of a sudden the demon goes into that person. So you can't kill this thing, otherwise you'll become the demon. So it really good premise for the movie. I thought it starts off really dark. This guy's out hunting with his dog, and his dog finds something. I think he finds the spirit of this monster, whatever, and the dog's acting funny. The guy takes the dog home, and the dog tries to kill his owner. The owner kills it, but then the owner turns into a demon. His eyes turn black, and then he goes and kills his kid and his wife with his shotgun, and then he goes across the streets to the neighbor's house. There's like women and children in there. He goes in there and starts murdering them. Then the neighbor dad comes out with a machine gun or something and shoots this guy. And then that guy turns evil, and he starts killing the rest of his family and goes to another house and kills that family. It just goes on. So anyway, the FBI gets involved. They come to this town because there's so many killings, and they want to know if they're all related or not. And this female FBI agent comes into town, and she kind of has a history with the town, and she kind of has her history. She has a cool backstory. It kind of ties in with the story. But she comes into town trying to work with the sheriff, and then meanwhile Dolph Lundgren here is badass as ever. He's got to be in his 60s or 70s, but he's all jacked. He's really in good shape. He starts off in a bar. He beats up this guy that's harassing a woman, and then he takes the girl to his apartment and gets it on, or to a hotel room and gets it on with her. So Studley, Dolph Lundgren as ever. But anyway, he's a vampire hunter. He knows all, or a vampire. He's a demon hunter. He knows all about this demon. He's actually captured it before, but it escaped somehow. He found a way to capture it. He carries around all these weird tools like a net, and he puts rubber bullets in his gun so he can't kill it. He has this gun that shoots a net to capture the thing. The only way you can kill it is if you capture it and then you poison yourself and then you kill it and then it comes in you and you die and then the spirit gets out and you can capture the spirit. And that's how his dad captured it the first time, and his dad died to capture the spirit. Anyway, so he gets in on it. No one believes him. Of course, they throw him in jail. He has a pretty good performance when he's putting a spiel out, like telling the cops what the demon's doing, but they restrain him and take him to prison. But anyway, he teams up with a girl. Once this demon gets on the loose, like one time there's a town hall meeting and the demon gets loose in there, it starts killing people, and then the cops that kill it turn into it, and then that cop starts killing people. It's just like a vicious cycle. But I highly recommend Don't Kill It. The lighting's not so good. I thought this would look cool, but Don't Kill It with Dolph Lundgren. Highly recommend that one. And then another one Jeff sent me, but I actually found a single copy of it, Stormtrooper, with Rick Hill from Deathstalker, directed by Jim Wynorski, who's done a lot of cool B-movie type things. This is a really weird movie, cyborg movie. I think that's why he recommended it to me. He's into the cyborgs. I am too, but it's got Carol Alt from, I just remember her from Thunder in Paradise, the cute girl that worked at the bar on Thunder in Paradise. She's really tall and skinny, really beautiful. I think she must be a model or something. But she's a pretty good actress, both in that show and in this. Rick Hill is like a tough, some kind of soldier that works for the government. And they're trying to capture this cyborg that escaped, of course. And the cyborg is played by John Laughlin. I've seen him in quite a few other movies. Anyway, the cyborg's on the run, and the government, I think, what's his name, Zach Gilligan or Galligan from Gremlins is one of the agents, or the agents. But they send Rick Hill and his team to catch this cyborg. The cyborg's kind of like the Terminator. Like he kind of has amnesia. He doesn't know what's going on, but he just knows these military and government guys are trying to kill him, so he's on the run. Anyway, there's another story going on the same time. Carol Alt is like this poor woman that has depression. Her son died, and her husband's a cop, a motorcycle cop, and he's a real douchebag, but like his son died. He was with his son when they died, and their marriage falls apart. He's really bossy and controlling and really disrespectful to his wife. And she's like in depression all the time, and she's like, and finally she just snaps and kills him. Like, it has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. I probably shouldn't have told you, 'cause it's like two movies in one. It's like a really weird scenario going on, but then all of a sudden, Cyborg Man escapes and runs into her house after she killed him, and she's trying to clean up and hide the body. He just stumbles into that scenario. But then all of Rick Hill and his team, Corey Feldman's one of them. He looks like a little scrawny, Solid Snake, like he has an eye patch. but they're off to catch the cyborg, so they're in there trying to kill him, and then they're trying to kill the girl too. So the cyborg and the girl that just killed her husband are a team now. Oh man! But this is a trippy movie. It has pretty good music, and I recommend this, Stormtrooper. And then on to my pickups. Okay, I got this one, the $1.25 Bush, Dollar Tree. Tony Jaa in The Protector. Really cool. Oh man, I don't need to tell you anything about a plot on this. All I can tell you, it's just action from start to finish. I've never seen the ratio from dialogue to fighting is just like, it's like incredible how much fighting there is. Basically, Tony Jaa's in these people that live in Thailand that are really connected with the elephants. Like they all have pet elephants, or they take care of the elephants or whatever. Anyway, like these bad guys, or I don't know if they're like they kill and eat like exotic animals. They're like these bunch of rich, these really weird like criminal organization. They're rich and they like exotic animals. Anyway, they try to steal Tony Jaa's elephant and they kill Tony Jaa's dad and kill the mom elephant, and then they steal Tony Jaa's baby elephant. And the dad elephant's trying to save it, but they catch the dad elephant too. So the bad guys have Tony Jaa's elephants, and they escape to Sydney, Australia, and Tony Jaa follows them there. And then from then on, he's just trying to save his elephant. But this has some incredible fights. This is the movie where he fights up like the inside of a building. It's inside the foyer or the lobby of a big like 5-story building, and he keeps going up the stairs and fighting with people, and it's all one shot. Like, it looks like it's all one take. I don't know if it is or not. It looks like it is. Like the camera never cuts. But he fights up the staircase like 5 floors, taking out like 10 guys on every floor. It's really well choreographed. Until he gets to the top, there's like a restaurant up there, and they're all eating like all these exotic animals, and they have all the animals captured in these cages. But that fight going up there, it's probably like 5 or 10 minutes long. Just one long, really good choreographed fight. He's doing all kinds of incredible things. Sometimes he'll jump off of one floor to take out guys below him, and then he'll jump back up and go up another couple floors, and he'll jump back down. Just taking it. Guys are coming out of every room from every angle. He's just taking them all out with all of his martial art movies. He has a really cool style. It's kind of like Kung Fu mixed with like Muay Thai. Like, he throws a lot of flying knees and stuff. Really cool style Tony Jaa has. And then at the beginning of this, he's chasing the bad guys on speedboats through like this like little village like on a river. So it looks like The Man with a Golden Gun, that boat chase. But this, like, it's really amped up, like it's really fast, like these speedboats going through the river village, and they're jumping over stuff like in Live and Let Die. It really like a Bond movie. At the end, he fights with Nathan Jones, that big giant buff dude, and then he fights with a few other guys that are like Nathan Jones' size. Like, he's taking on like these 4 big giant monsters at once. A really cool movie. I highly recommend The Protector with Tony Jaa. And then, so I had to get this one, Ong Bak Warrior, or the Thai Warrior with Tony Jaa. I haven't watched that one yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. I had to get this one, Billy Blank's movie, Talons of the Eagle. I was looking for this for years. I didn't even know it had a North American release in our region. But I have it on Laserdisc. I bought it on Laserdisc. That was like the first movie I bought when I got a Laserdisc player that PMM gave me. And then I recently got the, what do you call it? I got the Vinegar Syndrome release, the Blu-ray. So that's all the extras, most beautiful quality ever. So I didn't really need this, but I couldn't pass it up. It was $4. Like, I was looking for this for years. Talons of the Eagle with Billy Blanks and Jalal Murhi. It's like a buddy movie, a martial art movie. The bad guy is James Hong from Big Trouble in Little China. His main henchman is Matthias Hughes. There's a cool fight at the end between Matthias Hughes and Billy Blanks. Like, they're all buffed, their muscles are all glistening. They're fighting. It's like really well lit. Then at the end, James Hong has a fight with Jalal Murhi. And I don't know if it's James Hong or a stunt double, but James Hong has like a fan. He's like trying to get him with a fan. Priscilla Barnes from License to Kill's in there, looking good as ever. I think Jalal even gets it on with her. Billy Blanks has a cute girlfriend he gets on with too. Has cool henchmen in there. Eric Lee and Harry Mock. A lot of cool martial art guys are the henchmen in here. Kind of reminds me similar like an Enter the Dragon type plot. Really cool movie, directed by Michael Kennedy. That Stephen Monder wrote it. He usually directs all of these Jalal Rahim movies. I tend to like all of them. And then on to the some more Cyborg movies. Okay, I had to get this one. PMN was just mentioning it. Cyborg Soldier. I was always avoiding this movie because I was looking for the one with David Bradley. Cyborg Cop 2 is also called Cyborg Soldier. So I was avoiding this because it's a newer movie, but I didn't realize Rich Franklin, the UFC fighter, is in it. So I got to watch this. I don't even know what year. 2007, so it's not too old. But I got to watch that one. I'll get back to you on that one. Here's one my best buddy recommended many years ago, but I never watched it. The Terminators. And I guess it's like a zombie movie with Terminators. So I guess it's the zombie formula with Terminators. Like in the future when everyone has all of their helper androids to help them take out the trash or to have sex with or whatever they use their cyborgs for. Kind of like that game, is it called Become Human, Detroit or whatever? Like in the future everyone has their cyborgs. But something happens in the system and they all go nuts and all try to kill humans. So all the humans are on the run. It's like a survival type situation where a group of humans are shacked up somewhere defending against Terminators. So I can't wait to watch that one. Okay, more. And then this one, Universal Soldier Regeneration. I think I've seen it, but I can't remember. It's cool that Jean-Claude Van Damme is back and Dolph Lundgren. And then it's got Andrei Arlovsky, the UFC fighter, the former world heavyweight champion, directed by John Himes. And I know he must be related to Peter Himes because Peter Himes has a writing credit in here, and he's one of my favorite directors. So I got to watch this one. I don't think I've seen it. And then, this one, not really something you hear from me, but There Will Be Blood, a really classy masterpiece of a movie about the oil men trying to, looking for prospects in California. Daniel Day-Lewis plays a really good role in this, and that little weasel guy that plays the Riddler in the new Batman movies in here plays a really weaselly, weird little guy. Really, really, really good movie. But I thought that was good for $1 to get that movie. And then to end it off with some Uwe Boll movies. I got this. I got unrated director's cut of Blood Rain. These are not that great of movies. Like, they have pretty good production value and they have good actors, but they're hard for me to get through them. So just the structures of the movies don't really do it for me. But it's got a good cast. It's got Christina Loken right here. I love her from Terminator and Black Rose with Nevsky. What's his name? Anyway, she's in that movie. She's in that movie Black Rose. I like her a lot. Remember, my brother and I were all hyped about this. I think mostly we just wanted to see her partially naked. But anyway, it's got Michelle Rodriguez, Michael Madsen, and Bing Kingsley in this thing. An Uwe Boll movie. But anyway, the real reason I wanted it... it's got a copy of Blood Rain 2 on PC in there. So I can probably play it on my laptop over there. So I thought that for $1, I got a wonderful Uwe Boll classic with Blood Rain 2 for PC. So I had to follow it up with Blood Rain 2 right here. I don't know who this actress is. See, that's a different girl that plays her. But I see Michael Pare is in it. I know he's in a lot of Uwe Boll movies. But this one comes with a copy of Blood Rain 1 for PC. So another one, $1 for Uwe Boll Classic with Blood Rain for PC. Wonderful stuff. And then I'll finish off with this one I happen to get. I guess I'll do an Uwe Boll marathon, Alone in the Dark. I tried to watch this one before, but I could not get through it. Like, high production value, I think Christian Slater, Tara Reid, and Stephen Dorff are in it. These things have high production value. Just like I couldn't get through it. I had to turn it off. I fell asleep. But maybe I'll try to give it another rewatch. Yeah. So Alone in the Dark, and that's it for my pickups. So guys, let me know if you like any of those. You have any comments on any of them. I highly recommend Don't Kill It, and maybe Stormtrooper. Definitely The Protector with Tony Jaa, and the guest is pretty good too. The ones I've watched, yeah, watch Mask of Death with Lorenzo Lamas. Wonderful stuff. So I'll see you guys next time.